Okay. Chat is disabled. Oh, okay. Chat, I can't hear you. All right, guys. Welcome in to this case study. We're going to do just a little bit of a live stream, share some results that we're getting in the AI space, and probably just mumble and ramble on about different mental models for another 15 minutes after that. And then after that, I'll probably invite you to join my new platform. It's called Content Conveyor Belt. And I think it'll make sense from there. So basically, I like to do, what do I do? Okay, I do knowledge work. Knowledge work is, things like AI writing. Okay, writing books for people, like their audiobooks, helping them do newsletter publishing, content publishing, stuff that basically is like combining knowledge together to be able to create genuine, like, novel content, right? Content that, in the future, like, pushes the future, right? It pushes like current events, current science, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I've seen is working well in the space. And then I also do knowledge bases. Knowledge bases is like organizing everybody's PDFs, their transcripts, their podcasts, their YouTube videos, all into searchable files that AI can reference. And then you can do things like set up, custom interfaces for like your communities or your following, where they can actually interact with your brain in real time and get results, like on a subscription. That's a huge thing that people want, especially if you have a huge following and people are always asking you questions. We also do like synthesis. So if you're pushing the future and you're pushing the paradigm of science, there's a lot of new information that maybe is hard to digest or complicated things. What we do is we can combine really highly complicated, like cross-domain or polymath type material and create novel communication from that, novel content, newsletters, novel book chapters, and also retrain or retune the language level. So we can put it in fourth grade language, which is like your newspaper, or even first grade language, which works good for marketing. And then we can run tests. We do clustering on different knowledge bases. And I can show you a quick visual, I guess, of how it works. So, like, for example, let's say you had a project here, and in this project, there was like 100 different PDFs. And then you have another project where it has like 100 YouTube transcripts, and then another one with like 100 podcasts. Basically, I'm creating an interface, like a user interface, where basically you can go in and cluster these things together. You can cluster them together like this. And when they're clustered, they get highlighted and they change color. And then when they become like that, then they become a cluster that you can map to like an agent. So like, let's say we have an agent up here, or you have like even a list of agents, different agents that you've trained that do different things, like different agent identities. You can then match agent identities to projects, and then you can also change the agent like architecture, if that makes sense. So I know this is a little bit advanced. I think this is like a synthesis coming from like N8N, which was like a visual drop and build. But basically, you can reconfigure your agents to, have different architecture, and then that architecture would start functioning, right? So they would rewrite themselves to work together based on the architecture that you created for the agents. So that's a drag and drop editor for agent architectures and knowledge base. And this is the future. I think this is where it's going to come for the public. There's going to be public basic use cases here. agent architecture, automated agent architectures. Anyways, and this comes into custom apps. So you can actually use AI to write AI. So I would use AI to write this AI app, and also you can use AI to write to build communities, which is what I built. I'll show you this community. This is content conveyor belt. You can start a free 30-day trial. You just sign in, and then you get access to this new members area. So this is all AI coded. It's a Vercel wrapper, but this is all built with AI, and basically we have like our own lobby where we can go in and we can do like voice calls. So you just join, and then you can have AI record your voice and give you the transcriptions. So I don't want to mess with that right now because I am using a mic, but you can chat with your own knowledge base. You have a list of all the transcripts of all the calls that you've been in. And this is a high-level mastermind. This is a paid mastermind where people are paying money to participate in these calls. So it's a much higher level environment, much higher vibe environment. Not a lot of bickering, not a lot of complaining. If anybody's watching, I did a bunch of Discord coaching for the last 4 or 5 years. And Discord is very discordant. It's very off in there. It's just because all those channels are free. Anyways, and then the content studio is like different tiers in your community, like locked, like different tiers that are locked. Anyways, I hope that makes sense. So that's the members area, and then there's more unlockables in this entire thing. We have a whole AI agent user interface. Let's see if I can pull that up here. Dashboard content. So this is our premier like AI platform. So you would upgrade into like tier 2 to get access to this, I believe. And then you have like a writing area, and then AI assistants that can analyze your writing, categorize it into your knowledge bases, update key points, etc. Here's all your knowledge bases. You can create new projects. That's your new knowledge base, a new folder to organize your knowledge base in. And so you'd have to sign in for this. And then also here's an area where we have the beginnings of our UI interface that I was just talking about. This is going to get updated into a drag and drop. But right here we have just live content generation. It shows how your AI architecture is generating scripts, newsletters, book chapters, whatever it is. Then we have the knowledge bases. This is going to get updated to the drag and drop feature as well. And then this is how you schedule different content. So Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, long form, how many ideas, and then it'll generate those contents for you and put them into your content table. So yeah, that's the platform there. You would, to get your free trial, you just come here, sign up, create an account, and then you'll get access to those calls. Those calls are going to start probably in a couple of weeks. So you can just get on the wait list, and then I think we give you like 30-day free trial to the whole thing. Anyways, back to the case study. So that's what I do. That's what I'm building. This is kind of like the build in public. This is the idea of like building in public, I guess, or I don't know what I'm going to do with this video. Here is the corporate researcher case study. We helped a long COVID researcher with no audience build an AI-powered content system that got 500 to 1,500 views on a really small account with all AI-generated video. We synthesized hundreds of her files of personal scientific research, PDFs, transcripts, chats, and data, like actual research. And based on that synthesized knowledge base, we were able to generate 3 chapters of a very scientifically complex book in about 3 weeks, and launched a new lead magnet. We trained also the knowledge base on specifics for marketing and sales. So for example, on target avatar or audience profiles. And that's one thing I wanted to share is how nuanced the training gets with your knowledge base. And the AI can read this instantly. The AI, this might take someone a long time to read. AI can read this in like a millisecond and understand it and apply it into content generation so that we're talking to our target avatars, to specific pain points, to specific demographics. So the language is not generic. It's very targeted, and it's a combination. It's a synthesis of hundreds of personal knowledge files, journals, things that you've produced, transcripts, podcasts, plus even more knowledge and more context, which is, your target avatars frequently ask questions, their false beliefs, pain points they have, objections, like profiles, audience profiles, meaning you're taking all of your scientific knowledge, all that, and combining that with all of my knowledge and my templates that you can get, which would be like how to put together these nice target avatar audience profiles, right? Like, why are we looking at pain points? Why are we looking at FAQs, objections, etc.? And that's kind of my background is marketing and sales background, digital marketing. And then also I did door-to-door sales for 6 years. And then what we did, we created a conversion focused AI avatar, for creating video content, using those target avatar profiles and her personal knowledge to attract new leads. So it came out something like this, where we're making these really interesting like analogies about the Upside Down, which is from Stranger Things, talking about long COVID, how it makes you kind of dismissed, desperate, what it feels like, what long COVID is, chronic unwellness, etc. And then she's offering her solutions, and she actually has really good solutions for this. So we're building the whole brand. So for example, here's what some of the videos look like. We were doing a lot of automated posting with like the API, like auto publishing, and only getting like 30 views. As soon as we switched to manual posting, we got 368 views, which that's a little tip, a little gold nugget. There's just load up your stuff into like Opus Clip or something, and then on your phone, they just go and like download from Opus and manually post it on your accounts, and that gets you, 10 times as much views. It's literally 10 times. Here's some other examples. These are AI avatars that were trained on her videos, and then we injected the new synthetic scripts, and it sounded exactly like her. Oh, and we trained it on her professional voice. So professional voice clone, professional video clone, and then synthesized scripts based on avatar profiles and decades of research, personal files. And it sounds exactly like her. No one can tell the difference. And the content's really sharp. It's speaking for her avatar to help provide a solution. I think it gives massive value. I just think it gives an amazing amount of value. Yes, you can do organic content, but I mean, should you be focused on filming yourself every day, or should you be, doing work and research? There's only so much that, this would have taken to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. At least 5-6 hours to just create this. And, with the system we set up, it took 5 minutes to create 6 of them. So anyways, my whole theory on the AI generated content, yes, some people don't like it. I get that. But I think it's adding massive value. And unless it's like clickbait, which this is not clickbait. This is real life stuff, like long COVID, like how to heal from it. Anyways. Here's examples of the knowledge base. And so this is just an example of how a bunch of different things that I have in my knowledge base. This is what it looks like. This is where we're going to put our AI architectures. This is actually a live content generation console. Just shows you some of the back-end code that's happening during when the AI agents are working. This is the actual knowledge base that we installed for this customer, and it has all of these different categories of knowledge files, and then there's like tens, if not hundreds, of different PDFs in there. This is an example of an audiobook chapter that we were able to generate for her. I'll just show you that real quick. I don't know if it's actually going to come through on the live, but I'll take a look. I just don't know. I don't know if the audio is actually going to come through or not, but I'll play it.
Chapter 3. In the previous chapters, we established that you are not a machine made of parts, but a rhythmic system governed by 400 million-year-old hardware. But to truly understand vagal intelligence, we have to go deeper than biology. We have to talk about physics. We need to talk about why, when you walk into a room where two people have just been fighting, you can feel the tension compass. The needle spins wildly
this has been
because
an
the rift
process, honestly, to help her write a book, because we write the chapter and then she goes and listens to it and makes any kind of edits. Anything that's not in her language or doesn't sound quite right, we just go and edit it the next day, and then we're on to the next chapter. Pretty fun process. I'm also writing my own book. I'm writing 2 books right now. One of the audiobooks I'm writing, you'll be able to download when I'm launching a new offer soon. I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm launching this offer soon. It's the Creators Launch Kit and these 5 resources, but one of them is an audiobook, and that's going to be super awesome. This is an audiobook I'm writing right now with my knowledge base and going through that process. And it's not AI generated generic garbage. It's 3, 4, 5 years of pretty high level notes that I started taking a bunch of notes in Notion. Obviously you can see I love Notion, and I've been doing that for years, and it's been like one of my favorite habits. But anyways, eventually I'm gonna have some of this stuff done. It's not done yet, but eventually I'm gonna do a free audiobook for you on how all this started, my whole story. You're gonna get a personal content AI agent to help you with script writing and platform posting and stuff like that. I'm going to give you a whole Notion playbook on some of our prompts, templates, and frameworks for a lot of different verticals and domains. I'm going to give you a file preparation guide, just a visual process of how to format and best practices for your knowledge bases, because organization is kind of a hard subject matter. So this is all about organization. And then we're going to give you, 14-day free trial to the full platform. So that's to our public speaking practice rooms, our knowledge base builder, and AI transcription to knowledge base creation, AI avatar video generation, which is an integration, and unlimited access to all the features. And we're going to put in more education modules and stuff like that in there. So you're going to be able to get that all free. It's not done yet, but that's coming soon. And I'm excited about that. We're working on, mostly it's working on the audiobook, the playbooks, and the agent. And I mostly had to work on this and the prep guide. And then I'm going to try and get that launched as soon as possible, so you guys can get the 14-day free trial. But you can also just get the 14-day free trial right now. And you can come into members area now, just the links in the description, and you get a 14-day free trial in these. And then what you want to do is just go to events, calls, calendar, and just check when the calls are. Okay. So that's that. So anyways, this is what we built for. It's generating, the knowledge base is generating the audiobooks. And then the last thing we did was, well, we built her entire website. So this is just like a landing page for a wait list. But eventually we're going to start giving away her audiobook for free to grow her email list. And that's kind of the plan. This is the architecture. Just the different knowledge. This is the knowledge base layer. It's the input layer. So this was where all your knowledge rests, all your projects, all your knowledge, research data, transcripts, personal notes, templates. And then it's all basically, well, it's a lot. I don't think we're doing a lot of vector embedding right now, but it's files. So basically the model gets the whole file in their context window. And then we have a different, this is the whole AI architecture. We have a synthesizer agent, 3 different agents here that do research, et cetera, et cetera. A specialist agent and a reviewer agent. And basically you have like recursion. So these agents all talk to each other. And you can see what's happening inside the console and stuff like that. That's going to get updated. Yada, yada, yada. Long story short, this agent architecture generates these scripts here. These scripts power your AI avatars. Okay, it generates these synthetic scripts that sound exactly like you. So here's the question: how to make AI sound like you? The main thing is avatar profiles. Avatar profiles are how you make your content about the person that you're trying to reach. It helps with signal instead of noise. The second thing is your core ideas. Your core ideas are just pulled from your knowledge base. Transcripts of videos you've already done, so it can hear your natural speech and then your natural rhythm, speech to text. Different frameworks and templates, copywriting frameworks, writing frameworks, any kind of framework, template, or swipe file that you want to emulate goes here. And then your past content, past YouTube videos, past podcasts, any books or PDFs, personal notes, etc. And the main thing that makes this kind of run and sound like you is it's taking all of your core ideas from your knowledge base and then your own transcripts and then even your own past content. The frameworks and the avatar profiles are mostly additional supplemental things to make your content convert better and give it kind of best practices. This is what the AI agent architecture looks like right now. Right now, one AI agent pulls in ideas from the knowledge base. Then there's a council meeting between the 3 different agents, the tone agent, framework agent, template agent. Look at the ideas and decide which of the ideas fit best between them. And then they pass it all, including knowledge base recommendations, to the synthesizer, who puts it all together based on recommendations. Then there's a recursive loop, and then novel content's produced. The backend, the context windows on these are like 1 million, 2 million, getting past maybe 50 different knowledge bases or so. So there's a lot of processing power right here. And this is what saves you calories. So I hope some of that stuff made sense. The idea with all this is to automate your content output to educate your target avatars to the point where they're reaching out to you for product, services, solutions, etc. And to do it where you're not spinning all these hats. Okay, every entrepreneur, business owner is spinning like 4 different plates. They're wearing like 4 or 5 different hats. You know, they're doing front-end lead generation. They're doing sales. They're doing onboarding and fulfillment, while also trying to take care of like follow-up. You know, there's just so much, or they're also trying to do content. There's just so much happening when you're a solo founder or an entrepreneur or solo business owner, where what we wanted to do with this was create a foundational like knowledge base layer that can power any different agent, like a content agent, a sales agent, maybe even operations, maybe even fulfillment agent. Like if you're doing coaching, maybe just fulfillment on coaching, right? If you already have all your templates and things accessible, and then just making an agent coaching architecture that like thinks like the way you do. Anyways, there's a lot of amazing recursive AI coding AI architectures, frameworks that you could build to specifically build like communities, even apps, interfaces, do knowledge work, write books, and just provide value. So anyways, this is for more so researchers, people who want to be thought leaders or current thought leaders. And if you guys want to book a call and meet with me for a Zoom or a Google Meet, there's a link in the description. If you guys want to sign up for content conveyor belt, link is also in the description. And then if you also want like an interactive Lucid chart of this whole presentation, it's also in the description. And that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you on the next video.